All right, guys, we're at the end of the chapter. Woohoo! Number 1, which integer represents 15 degrees below 0? So we know the absolute value, which I see in, that was not what I wanted to do, which we see in A and B, talk about the distance. Well, I don't really care about the distance, so we can throw those two out. So my choice is between C and D. I want to be below 0, so I'm going to choose D, negative 15. Number 2, what's the value of negative 6? Absolute value of negative 6. We know that absolute value is a distance, can't be 0. It's a distance from 0, doesn't mean it's going to be 0. It's not going to magically turn it into a fraction. But I don't want distance to be negative, so my answer here is going to be I, 6. Number 3, the absolute value of 5. Same logic, it's not going to be 0 or a fraction, and we don't want distance to be negative, so A, 5. Which integers represent A and B on the number line? Here it says A is negative 1. Let's start by labeling. Here's negative 1, here's negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Well, A is not at negative 1. A is not at positive 4. A is not at positive 1. Okay, so I'm left with I. Let's double check. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, B's at 1. So my answer should be I. 17 minus 5. Well, we're getting smaller. Not that small, not that small. 12. A submarine dives 10 feet per minute for 12 minutes. Which expression represents the situation? So if you're talking about a speed, you're not dividing, you're getting bigger. Division gets smaller, so we can instantly throw those two out. Now my choice is between 12 times 10 and 12 times negative 10. Well, if he's diving is decreasing, we're going downward. So I want to go downward 10, I'm not increasing 10. Sandra has $32 in her purse. She pays $15 for a CD. Which expression represents? Well, I'm going to instantly throw out B and C because it's saying negative 32 and she has 32. 32 means it's positive, so my only choices are A or D. Then it says I'm paying for a CD. If I'm going to pay for that CD, I no longer have that value amount, so I'm going to end up subtracting that. So I'm not adding. So my answer here is D. Number 8, air conditioning. Patrick turned on his air conditioning and the temperature in his apartment decreased 4 degrees. Write an integer to represent the change in temperature. Decrease means we're getting smaller. And I can't change 2 if it tells me it's changing 4. So it's going to be F. Chai is 38 feet underground touring a cave. He goes down the ladder 7 feet. What's his new location? So he's already down 38 feet. And he goes down even farther. So we're not going to get smaller. We're not going to get smaller. We're not going to stay the same. We're going to be at negative 45 feet. Didn't even necessarily need to do any math in that one. I more logicked that problem. Number 10, the highest point in a state park is 145 feet above sea level. The lowest point is 28 feet below sea level. What is the difference in elevations? So it says difference, so I'm going to end up subtracting here. But we're already downward, so we're going to be negative again. We've been working on that double negative turning positive. So my answer is actually going to be bigger than 145 and 28. So it can't be 117, can't be 28, can't be 145. Answer is 173. An archaeologist descends 30 feet into a tomb, then climbs up 18 feet. Which value represents? So descending means we're going to go down. Then we climb up 18 feet. So I am going to go down 30, then up 18. Since I've got more negatives, it's not going to end up being a positive result. But I am changing, I'm not going more negative. So my answer here is B. 10 minus 8, it's not going to get more negative, is 2. Multiplication, when I multiply two negatives together, I should know it's not negative at all. And I'm multiplying parentheses next to each other in multiplication, so that is 32. Positive divided by negative should be negative, so I'm going to throw out all the non-negatives. And I'm dividing. Dividing should get smaller. So I should have 4, negative 4. 19 minus 11, 8. Negative 4 times 2, again, negative times positive is going to be negative. And I'm multiplying. Oops, that was the wrong thing to do. I'm multiplying, I'm not squaring, so my answer is negative 8. What is the value of each expression if n is negative 3, n is 8, and p is negative 1? N times p. So 8 times negative 1. Well, I can already start throwing out the positive answers because I'm taking a positive times a negative. And 8 times 1 is going to give me 8. It's not going to add to 9. So my answer is negative 8. So I have 9 minus negative 3, which is 9 plus 3. And we know that 9 plus 3 is 12. I have negative 12 plus 8. Guys, that's not going to be negative. Oh, wait a minute. I'm having a silly moment. I was thinking we were positive here. Okay, so I've got more negatives, so it can't be positive. I was thinking backwards. It's been a long day. And I'm not getting even more negative because I don't have 2. So my answer is C, negative 4. Remember, fractions are just division problems, so negative 18 divided by m is negative 3. So negative divided by negative should turn positive. So my only answer is 6. All right, good luck, gentlemen.